Greece, the land of myths, where a modern tragedy is unfolding. We are witnessing one of the worst wildfires in the country's history, right near Athens, where the flames are devouring the landscape and threatening thousands of lives. But what has made this fire so intense? We are standing in the legacy of an ancient culture, with stories of Zeus and Hera. But can the gods prevent this man-made disaster? And what lessons should we, living in the modern era, learn from these painful events? Record high temperatures and unusually dry weather, as recorded by climatologists, have turned the Greek forests into a powder keg. Strong winds are fanning the flames, making them uncontrollable. But this is not just a natural disaster, it is a wake-up call to the consequences of climate change. While brave firefighting teams battle the blaze, the question arises, can we learn from the past to avoid repeating mistakes in the future? Do we have the ability and the will to confront and mitigate these consequences? It feels like I'm reporting live from Athens, Greece, where the sky is no longer blue but has turned gray with smoke. It seems as if Olympus has been set ablaze, and no, this is not a new battle of the ancient Greek gods. This is a wildfire closing in on the city, turning this place into a vivid picture of chaos and despair. Now, imagine this, you're at home, relaxing, and suddenly you realize that the barbecue smell you're sensing isn't from your kitchen but from a massive wildfire outside. Yes, the Attica forest is on fire, and it's far from pleasant. Right now, behind me is not a fireworks display but a massive wildfire spreading rapidly. The sky over Athens is no longer clear but has turned into a thick, smoky gray. Scary, isn't it? The fire is approaching the city, and no, this isn't a scenario for the latest Hollywood movie. This is reality unfolding right here in the Attica region. As you can see, the forest is fiercely ablaze, and no, we are not filming a new version of The Hunger Games. Oh no, look at that. Not only are residents evacuating, but even hospitals and monasteries are not spared. Imagine, monks from the Pentelis and St. Ephraim monasteries having to leave behind ancient manuscripts to escape the flames. Perhaps this is when they need divine intervention more than ever. And no, this isn't a competition to see who can deploy the most planes and helicopters. Yet, despite the support of 17 planes and 15 helicopters, firefighters are struggling not only against the flames but also the stormy winds. We hope these winds don't decide to change direction and push the fire into new areas. Perhaps it's worth reminding everyone that the rise in temperatures above 35 degrees Celsius has created ideal conditions for this fire. Yes, Greece is warm, but maybe a bit too much this time. From Athens, I'm Reporter's Name, and I will continue to update you on the developments of the fire. Stay with us and pray that Poseidon will help extinguish these flames. Oh no. You're watching the right channel. This isn't an action movie but a real-life battle against the fire in Greece, where over 685 firefighters, including 32 brave water warriors, are tirelessly fighting, and that's not all. We have air support too. Aerial bombing units have been deployed, turning the sky into a stage for an impressive Air Force display, where each plane becomes a star shining in the darkness of this fierce blaze. After more than 20 hours of relentless fighting, the firefighters' spirits remain unbroken. Officials describe the situation as extremely dangerous, but with determination and courage, they maintain their belief in victory against this fierce enemy. Indeed, a dramatic condition, isn't it? But it's not just courage, there's also strategy and science behind every decision here. According to Vasilis Kikilias, Minister of Climate Crisis and Civil Protection, we are witnessing the combination of technology, tactics, and bravery to confront one of the greatest challenges posed by climate change. Yes, you heard right. Yesterday, just a short distance from the suburban town of Varnava near Athens, a fire broke out and quickly turned into a spectacular chase across the Greek land. As the sun sets, not only does darkness descend, but also the Dionysus storm, seemingly eager to join the chaos, approaching and fanning the flames with terrifying force. And do you know? Up to 510 heroic firefighters, along with 16 teams and 152 fire trucks, not to mention a large number of volunteers, have been mobilized to extinguish this party. And it seems that this fire loves a challenge because just after a day of controlling 30 fires, it decided to play another round and spread at an alarming speed. The result? Hundreds of cars and residential buildings could not escape the ring of fire. And finally, not content with stopping there, the fire decided to travel. The blaze moved northeast of Athens, bringing its artistic flames to the village of Gramatiko, the ancient city of Marathon, the coastal town of Nea Makri, and finally Mount Penteliko. It seems the fire is testing whether these historic sites are truly invulnerable. Oh, now look at the scene unfolding before our eyes. A particularly striking yet terrifying spectacle from the foothills of Penteli. The entire area is surrounded by ancient forests, where a tense showdown between nature and humanity is currently taking place. And as you can see, the air thick with smoke and ash is making everything even more intense. Just last night, poor residents like Marina Kai, a 24-year-old girl, witnessed her home and the forest where she grew up being consumed by flames. The despair and pain in her eyes are heart-wrenching. And it's not just Marina, another resident, Pantelis Tasis, crashed his car into a pine tree while trying to escape. A chaotic, heartbreaking, yet cinematic scene, isn't it? And if you think things couldn't get worse, think again. Further south, in Donan, a resident named Spyro described the suffocating feeling of black smoke as he tried to douse the flames on his roof with water. The unpredictable winds made the situation even more dangerous, making it nearly impossible to see and breathe. Not just Spyro, but the entire area, from families to firefighters, is facing a challenge from nature. And while wildfires are a common summer visitor in Greece, scientists warn that due to global warming, this fire party is becoming fiercer and more devastating than ever before. And while we're talking, GRE, the Greek Emergency Agency, is facing a brutal wildfire season after enduring the hottest 2 months on record. Unfortunately, not only property is being destroyed, but people are being affected as well, with many residents and firefighters hospitalized for burns and respiratory injuries. From the heart of Athens, where a real-life drama is unfolding before our eyes. Rescue isn't just about flashing lights, but also a race against time to evacuate residents and patients from 3 hospitals right in the middle of this city. this isn't an Olympic opening ceremony, but an emergency evacuation scene. People, from the elderly to children, are being taken to the Olympic Stadium, which has become a temporary home for them. Yes, we are witnessing an Olympics of survival, according to Vasilis Kikilias, Minister of Climate Crisis and Civil Protection. Half of this country is in the red zone of wildfire risk. And no, that's not a winning color in this case. Meteorologists have warned that the coming week will be a fierce battle, with temperatures expected to reach 40 degrees. That's ideal for a barbecue, but certainly not for our forests. Wildfires in summer are nothing new in Greece, but with unusually dry hot weather and a warm winter, everything has become more severe. This year, we are setting records none of us want. And I think, where are Poseidon and the other Greek gods when we need them most to put out these fires? We will continue to closely monitor the fire and provide the latest information. Hopefully, with help from the world and a bit of luck, Greece will soon find its way out of this sea of flames. Don't forget to follow Best Notes and subscribe to our channel for updates on natural disasters and weather phenomena around the globe.